Hello lovely people, so I am back. I have been on a bit of a hiatus and there are a host of other videos on the channel here if you want to see what's been going on. But this isn't one of those videos. This is a back to normal, back into the swing, back at the desk kind of a video. So I have been away from making AuthorTube writer-based videos probably for about 7 or 8 months now. I've had other stuff going on, but I've been watching all the other videos and vlogs and bits and pieces, and I have also kind of changed, is that the right word? I've also kind of switched up my own kind of writer journey, writing path, if you like. So in the 7 months that I've been away, I've had another book come out, and I wanted to make a video that was kind of a tips video for writers, newbie writers and experienced writers. And I don't want to get involved in teaching people how to suck eggs, but I think that it's probably something worth mentioning at this time within our, within the timeline in our community, in our AuthorTube community. So this video is a tips for writers before you pay for advice. And I have got a little list down here. So if I keep up and down, it's because I'm going back to the list. Right, okay. So let's do a little bit of background info. I'm an author, I'm a published author. I've written 4 books, 3 fiction, 2 with a publisher, 1 on my own, and then 1 non-fiction with a publisher. And I now own the rights to all my books, and I have independently published all of them. So I am classed as a hybrid author. I have got a new piece of fiction in the works, which I'm hoping to put with a publisher, because for no other reason than it's a step away from the normal genre that I write in, and it's hard to market literary fiction as an indie. So there's that. Sorry. So I have been working in the industry as an author and as an author who helps other writers since 2016. I would not advertise myself as a marketer or as any kind of advice and guidance person that I would expect you to pay me for. And this kind of gets in with the tips for authors. Before you part with your money and pay for advice, here are just some things you should think about. So you go through the internet and you find the perfect person who looks and seems really successful to you, and you would like your author profile to look a bit like theirs. And they have a program running whereby you can pay for their advice, and they will help you to smarten up your profile with while intimating, if you like, that your profile could become as successful as theirs. There are massive holes in this, because if you see someone who you like the look of on the internet, the very first thing you've got to do is check their credentials. And point number 1, now this is potentially controversial, and I am the queen of getting a disclaimer out there. If what I am about to say fits your crown, it does not mean that I am pointing the finger at you and saying that you are some sort of charlatan and should not be offering advice to writers. So with my disclaimer out there, let me preface that. If a writer / marketer is offering paid advice to help you to promo your books, advertise your books, market your books, or grow your platform, the very first thing you've got to do is check their credentials. And that is very difficult to do in our industry. If all, and I use the word, speech marks, if I use the word all loosely, if all an author has to their name is a bestseller ticket from Amazon, that is not good enough. If you have a bestseller ticket from Amazon, I am not knocking you. They are very, very hard to come by if you do it ethically. If you have got your bestseller ticket by not being ethical, you have basically, so you can take your book, you can put it in some tiny little random category on Amazon. So for instance, romance and YA are huge big titles, and if you can get your romance book or your YA book with an Amazon bestseller sticker on it, it gives weight to your book. But if you've gone in and got a bestseller ticket underneath the categories of contemporary romance or paranormal romance or standard young adult, that is doing it properly. But when you are a publisher or an independent author who handles their own publishing, you can contact KDP and they can slide your book into random categories if you like. So if you went into romance, contemporary, Irish, which you can do, humour, and then satire, you've gone down the category ranks and you are in a category, but you are 10 subheadings into that category, and with a little bit of a push, so every single person in your family, you suddenly send them out and say, right, I need you all to buy a book. You buy and you buy and you buy on Saturday, and then go to 4 more members on Sunday and go, right, you buy 4 books on Sunday, and then the next lot, if they go and buy 5 books on Monday, you can potentially go and get a bestseller tag that way. That's not ethical. It helps to promo your book, and the ethics of how you promo your book is on you. But if you are looking to get those bestseller tags so that you can market yourself to take money off of other people by offering them advice, that potentially isn't a good enough credential for me to give you £500 or however much it might be. But checking someone's credentials is hard to come by. So if you want to pay an editor, for instance, you are not going to pay them because they tell you that they're successful. You're going to pay them because you have looked at their website, you've gone to see how many other books they've edited, you've gone and checked out those books and those authors on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, things like that. You've read the comments, you've seen the fact that there's nothing alarming. When you start to read reviews on books, the first thing you can see is poor editorial, spelling errors, and you're then not going to pay that editor. And it's exactly the same as if you're going to pay someone to help you with your marketing, to help you promo your book, to help you sell more books, or to help you raise your platform status, if you like. So that's that one. It also seems like kind of a bit of an oxymoron to me to pay a writer to help you with your marketing and promo work. Because writers write. All right, some have backgrounds in marketing, but for the most part, we're writers who write. Just because someone's platform looks like something you might like to emulate, you have absolutely no idea if they've gone and paid a professional promo company in the background that they are then kind of marketing off as their own hard work. Which is what kind of brings me round to promo companies. There are a lot of book promotion companies and book bloggers out there, and those that will set up blog tours and all that kind of thing for you. And they are a black hole, really, ready to take your money. And I think one of the main things that I want to say is, if you are going to pay someone to do a blog tour for you, to run a blog tour on your book, whereby they contact a load of other book bloggers who will read and review your book, and then you'll appear on all those blogs, yes, that will create a buzz around your author name and your book title around book launch over Google, because you will be popping up in different places. However, those book bloggers, no, I refrain that, the person that's setting up the book blogger tour, go and have a look at their Twitter. This is always the first thing I do whenever I'm going to pay for anything. The person setting up the tour, if the only people liking their posts is 3 or 4 posts and it's other writers who have paid for promo, then they have no audience. You don't want to give them your money. unless that book blogger tour setter upper person is setting you up to meet fantastic book bloggers, which they should tell you about before you pay, and then you go and check the book blogger's website, Facebook and Twitter, and again check that the only people that aren't reading and sharing those posts are other writers, because if they are only other writers, that's not going to help you sell your book. You're looking for readers, which is not the same thing. And this is one of those big things for me within this community that I do tend to advise people all the time for free, is that if the only audience you're getting is other writers, you might be getting a great amount of emotional support and encouragement, but you're not finding your tribe. You're not finding your ideal reader, that person that desperately is invested in your fiction. As far as paying for advice goes, if you are a newbie author or an author that's not paid before, or you're on a budget, I don't know why you'd break the bank when there is so much fantastic advice out there that is free. So if it's marketing advice and just general writing advice that you are looking for, Mark Dawson's self-publishing formula, he's got a podcast and a Facebook page. Joanna Penn at The Creative Pen. And then if you want just some good old-fashioned emotional writer support, check out The Worried Writer, Sarah Painter, also podcast, Facebook page and website. I will leave links to all these down below. Joanna Penn and Sarah Painter and Mark Dawson all have paid courses, but so much of their advice is free that you'd need 6 months to trial everything they've got on offer for free, and then you would be able to start to see the return of the fruits of your labour, as it were. If you put into place the advice that they're giving away for free, you will see a positive output on your profile, on your platform, on all that kind of thing. As for paying thousands and thousands of dollars, I don't understand that at all. If you want writing advice and you want to pay for it, check out the masterclasses. You can get masterclasses from Stephen King. You can get masterclasses from he's completely gone out of my mind. James. Anyway, check out the masterclass. It's got a yearly fee on it, but there are best-selling, New York Times best-selling, Bridport Prize winning, fiction prize winning, authors on there that are giving masterclasses about the craft of writing. The advice that you're getting from YouTube is the stories, background stories of other people's journeys. They are telling you what they've done and they're just trying to help you. And anyone trying to market off of that is trying to make money, and they're not trying to help you. They're trying to line their pockets. It's not the same thing. So I'm going to leave some links down below for free advice. And while I'm on the free advice wagon, I will kind of ring my own chain. So when I worked for my publisher, they asked me to write a non-fiction book about marketing advice for authors, about building author platforms, because a lot of authors, especially of older generations, and again, that is not a sweeping generalization, but a lot of older generation authors who get published for the first time haven't had to bother with Facebook and Instagram and things like that, and it's like a different world. And so back when I worked for my publisher, I wrote a book for them, just a little short 20,000 word how-to, really, how to set up platforms and how to grow your audience organically. When I left my publisher and I got all my rights back, I published that book for free, because any kind of information based around the internet changes, and it changes fast. So the nuts and bolts of what I talk about still stands now. And I come at building an author platform very much from a mindful point of view, is that you don't want your social media to be, 1, driving you mad, or 2, taking you away from your writing. So I'll leave a link down below for my book. It's free. It's free on Amazon, Kobo, iBooks. It's free all over. I can't do free paperback copies because it costs money to print. So there's a nominal price on the paperback copy, but to be honest, you can download it to your iPad via the Amazon app or via Kobo or Barnes & Noble, or so, you know, have a go at that. But anyone that's looking to take your money, do your research, check the credentials. How long have they been writing? How long have they been marketing? Check out their LinkedIn profile, see the people that they've worked with, see the people that they've worked for. And if you can't start to correlate everything that they're saying, you know there's a scam in the mix. So this is my first kind of video back, really. And it is a response to what's been going on within the AuthorTube community just lately. And as opposed to getting involved in some of the negative that's been going on in the AuthorTube community lately, which I get that people are annoyed. And for anyone that doesn't know what's going on, just go to Twitter and put in hashtag ArcsAreFree, ARCS, Arcs are free, and you'll soon get the general idea of what's been going on. But this is just some helpful tips from someone that's been traditionally published and independently published, and all the advice that I've learnt over the years and all the advice that I've been given over the years has been free. So please check out all the free resources that are available to you before you put your hands in your pockets, because some people are just trying to take your money for their own benefit and you're not getting a great deal in return. So this is my waffle for today. I hope everyone is okay, and I will be back with more writing advice and other mayhem and chaos soon. See you all later, lovely writerly people.